Goat meat is really cheap here in Australia at the moment, so in this video I'm going to show you how to roast a goat leg. Now to get started, we're going to open the lid to our barbecue, then we'll take our cooking grate off, then I'll get 2 firelighters going, then I'll place a charcoal chimney on top, and then you want to fill that with either lump charcoal or briquettes. Alright, so here we've got our beautiful little goat leg, and this one weighs around 1.5 kilos. I've picked this one up from my local Drake supermarket, and this one doesn't really need any trimming at all. There's just a little bit of excess fat on the bottom, and just like a lamb leg, there's a little bit of fat that runs down the side of our goat leg, which has a gland in it that I like to trim off. And now we're all trimmed up, I'm just going to lightly score our goat leg, and this will help with a bit of flavour penetration and presentation. Then once that's done, go ahead and season your goat leg up in your favourite barbecue rub, but if you don't have a barbecue rub, a bit of salt, pepper, garlic and rosemary always does the trick. And now our goat leg's all prepared, I'm going to sit it in a foil tray. Alright, so we've still got 5 minutes or so before our briquettes are going to be ready, so we're going to prepare some crispy roast potatoes as well. Now these are medium-sized potatoes, and all I'm going to do is peel them, cut them in half and get them into a bowl. Then in this smaller bowl, I've got some Wagyu beef tallow that I've just melted down. This is the stuff here which you can also pick up from Drake supermarkets. So I'm going to pour that over our potatoes. There's a good 2 tablespoons worth of beef tallow there. Give our potatoes a good mix, and then I'll season our potatoes up in our garlic coals rub. Then you can add all your potatoes to the foil tray as well, and scrape out any tallow that's solidified in the bowl and add them to your roast potatoes as well. And after about 15 minutes, our briquettes are ready, so we'll take our charcoal chimney out, we'll get our charcoal baskets in and fill them up with our briquettes. Then we'll get our cooking grate back on, shut our lid, open our vents and let our barbecue preheat for a few minutes. And now our barbecue's ready, I'm going to get a temperature probe in our goat leg, then we'll get it in our barbecue. So for this cook, I want our barbecue to be at around 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit, and we're going to cook this goat leg until it reaches an internal temperature of 60 Celsius or 140 Fahrenheit. Goat legs are quite a lean cut, so I like to serve them at around a medium to medium rare doneness. You can smoke them low and slow until they're pull apart tender, but personally I think they're a bit too lean and a goat shoulder would be a much better option. But I reckon it's going to take us around an hour and a half to get to that internal temperature we're after, so we'll let our goat leg cook away and we'll check in on it soon. Alright, and after about an hour and 15 minutes, our temperature's reading just over 60 degrees Celsius, so we're going to get our goat leg out and onto some foil, take our temperature probe out, and now I'll loosely wrap our goat leg and let it rest for around 15 to 20 minutes. And at this stage of the cook, our roast potatoes have softened and they are crispy on the bottom, so what I'll do now is bring our charcoal baskets together, and that's going to create some nice high heat for our potatoes, which we're just going to flip a couple of times to get nice and crispy while our goat leg rests over the next 15 to 20 minutes. Right, before we carve this goat up, we're going to have a quick check on our potatoes. These are looking good. I've only just flipped them, so I'll let them go a bit longer while we carve this goat leg up. Right, so I'm just going to cut the shank straight off, and then we've got a bone that just runs down there. You can just follow that until you get to the hip bone. Then you can take that big chunk off all in one hit, slice it up, and you're left with some beautiful, pink, tender and juicy meat. Now look, that goat meat is pretty good. I definitely prefer lamb still, but if you're on a budget where you can get goat nice and cheap, this is definitely worth doing. And the potatoes, so good. Well, there you have it. There's how to roast a goat leg. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next videos. But for now, that's the end of this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.